We gotta do it. We gotta talk some comic book drama by AKAPADers. I guess like ever since we could see the people who are blocked by Rob Liefeld, we can now mine all his tweets and some of his responses, so on and so forth. And we're having a field day. And what recently came up on my stream is Rob Liefeld trashing and bashing Brett Booth. Now, we love Brett Booth on this channel. Yeah, a little bit critical of his super early work, but the arc that Brett Booth had or has still there. It's similar to Randall Cunningham, because I view it as a revenge arc as a career. Rob Liefeld, he is a revisionist. Rob Liefeld will block you in a New York microsecond, and he will rewrite his own history on his podcast. Now, that doesn't mean Robservations doesn't have truth, doesn't have a little bit, he does bring the receipts, as he likes to say. But Rob Liefeld likes to shine the turd that he is. Randall Cunningham didn't get much help offensively when he was a Philadelphia Eagle, but he was a highlight machine. Scrambling quarterback, one of the guys. You love watching him play. And then the 1998 Minnesota Vikings season happened. He's got Chris Carter. He's got Randy Moss. He's got a tough, staunch defense. They can even run the ball a little bit. And they lose one game. And then they lose in the championship game to the Atlanta Falcons. What a revenge arc. This is how I view Brett Booth's career. He was a workhorse. He was a guy that got assignments. You don't have control over your assignments. Rob Liefeld got into the industry and was a part of the industry becoming somewhat of a cultural milestone, cultural impact. Brett Booth came on board during that time, but at the same time, Brett Booth's rise in artistry, his rise in illustrative power, his even rise in layout. This guy does some really good layouts. Happened during the decline of the American comic book industry. So what we would do is get less impactful books, less milestones, less and less. This is a part of the alarms that a lot of people were raising and still raised during this time, where how do we get back to the 90s, this and that. No one can reverse engineer the pop that the industry had in the 90s. Rob Liefeld, for some reason, likes to make himself the focus of it. And if Rob Liefeld is so powerful with that ability, he would be doing it all the time. I mean, technically, Rob Liefeld would be doing it with Last Blood, but Rob Liefeld right now is bragging that Last Blood has sold out of 40 alternate covers on Whatnot. He can't go to Kickstarter anymore because he's relatively stole $45,000 from Kickstarter, hasn't fulfilled 2 Brigade campaigns. To do the Avenger Lynn hardcover, he needs to go to Murat Michaels. He needs to go through that route and let Murat raise the money and ship the book. Rob Liefeld has ruined his own name, and he thinks he has some moral authority to bash other creators, other artists, other illustrators that are truly in the game of improvement. And we can say Rob Liefeld's style has shifted from Hawk and Dove all the way, to Last Blood. But at the same time, he has degraded his page layouts. His fight scenes aren't there. He can't do more than 2 issues. His storylines are just convoluted. No milestone. None of his recent Deadpool work is impactful. It's just there. And that's the sad part. Now, that doesn't mean I'm not a fan of Rob Liefeld. It doesn't mean I can't respect his impact or what he did with Extreme Studios and how he tried to really do something within comics to bring in a generation of new readers. But he did nothing to maintain that readership. AKAPADers. we're on Brett Booth's side. Demon Puppy, day and night. Let's go. Long live Demon Puppy.